I'm happy to say that I'm seeing more libraries posting on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn, of course, has changed its algorithm recently, but the changes are good news if your library is posting there, and we're going to go through it in today's episode of the Library Marketing Show. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Angela Hursh. I'm the person behind superlibrarymarketing.com. Head over there. You can follow the blog. It's down in the left-hand corner. You can put your email address in. I won't share it with anyone, but you will get a notification every time I post an article or a video. I'd also love it if you clicked on the Library Marketing Show tab and suggested a topic to be covered in a future episode, or nominate your library or someone else's library that you see doing great work in marketing for Kudos. We are going to give away Kudos a little later, and it is a nomination, so stay tuned for that. So let's dive right into those algorithm changes for LinkedIn. The editor-in-chief and senior director of engineering were both on a podcast, and they talked about these changes, and here's why they will be good news for libraries. The first one is that LinkedIn is putting more focus on maximizing value on the platform as opposed to timeliness. So what does that mean? Let's say your library posts something about with like lessons in it. Maybe you have something like how to use LinkedIn Learning to advance your career. Maybe you get free access with the library card, and you might have like 5 points, 5 different courses that people can take using their card on your post. So LinkedIn normally, and most social media platforms in general, will look at that post, and it'll show it in people's feeds for maybe a couple hours, depending on the platform, or maybe a couple of days. LinkedIn usually re-shows posts over the course of a couple of days. However, because that post is informative and contains a lot of value for the person reading it, LinkedIn is now saying they're going to give that post more reach over a longer period of time. That is really great news for your library. You're going to want to think about doing more in-depth posts as opposed to like 1 or 2 lines driving people back to your website. The second change is that LinkedIn is now going to give less emphasis to posts that have like 1 or 2 sentences and then a space, and you have to, usually the reader has to click the read more button on the posts. LinkedIn says that's not really a great user experience for their users, and they're going to de-emphasize that. And the third piece of really great news is that LinkedIn, because they're adding more of an emphasis on value of informational and educational posts, if your library has a blog and you are sharing informational and educational content on that blog, and you share that blog and promote it on LinkedIn, LinkedIn is going to give it more reach because it also counts that as educational or informational information, which is great. We want people to read more of our blog posts because, of course, that gives our library more exposure and lets people know more about what's going on at our library. Those are the big 3 algorithm changes that are happening. They were outlined in a post on social media today. I will share a link to that if you want to read more in depth down below in the comments or in the show description if you're watching this on YouTube. What do you think? Does this news change the way you view LinkedIn? Are you going to change your posting strategy? Are you maybe now going to consider using LinkedIn as a platform to promote your library? I am really interested. Let me know down in the comments. Let's get a conversation started. And now it's time for the kudos section of our show. And our kudos today goes to the St. Charles City County Library. Someone named Amy Nonhoff wrote in and said that she was really excited because St. Charles City County Library reached out to an extended library community on social media to organize and gather video clips of librarians all across the country passing on their library cards for Read Across America. They patched them together for a video. I actually saw this video in a couple of different feeds, some shared from friends in the library community and some shared by libraries who participated. But if you missed it, I will put a link down below. It's a great video. Thank you, St. Charles City County Library, for doing that, and kudos to you. That's it for today's episode of the Library Marketing Show, but my channel is full of tips for library marketing. If you're interested in learning more, click on this next video. I'll see you there.